Howdy peeps! I have with me here today Love at First Sight by Josh Sundquist. This may actually be the first 2017 release that I'm reading in 2017, so that's exciting. This isn't because I was particularly excited about this book, but more because it was the first 2017 release I could check out from my library, which is as good a reason as any. If you guys haven't heard of this book, it's about a boy named Will Porter who has been blind from birth. He's gone to a school for blind people his entire life, but just recently he's moved to a mainstream public school in an attempt to experience what life is like for normal people. Or to just broaden his horizons, you never know. Once he's there, he meets this absolutely adorable band of quiz bowl geeks, and they become best buds instantly, especially once Will Porter almost sits on a guy's lap because the guy doesn't answer when he asks if anyone's there. So honestly, that's his fault. One of the girls in this group is a girl named Cecily, and she and Will begin to have feelings for each other. Soon we find out that there's a chance that Will could gain his sight for the first time ever through the surgery that may or may not work out for him. So Will has to figure out whether or not he wants to take the risk and gain sight, or whether he wants to stay in the comfort of his blindness. Also, it seems that maybe his friends are keeping a secret from him about Cecily's appearance, so this could have a major impact on their blooming relationship. So that's what the book is basically about, but let's get into some non-spoilery specifics. Will was a very realistic character, and though sometimes he annoyed me in general, or there were specific things that he did or a way he acted that annoyed me, honestly, it just made him more real. He had feelings and emotions and everything. He had reasons to be angry at the world and his family and other people in his life because heck, he was born blind, and that's not the easiest thing to live with sometimes. However, personally, I thought he took things really well. He could have held grudges and just been an angry person all the time, but he was just such a real, honest, open person, and he had the same wishes as everyone else, and it was just such a great thing to see that in a book, and his non-perfectness just made him more real. He was also pretty self-aware, which I definitely appreciated. The romance in this novel was really sweet, but I like that Will was also coming to terms with his sight or lack of sight, and I like that this was such an important part of the novel, even more than the romance was. His eyesight or lack of eyesight was actually a very, very significant part of this book, and the entirety of the book rotated around that one thing and how it affected his entire life. And it's actually kind of eye-opening, no pun intended, to see every single little thing that was affected because of the eyesight, because you know that it's a big deal, but you don't actually think about the specific things other than the major generalities, like not being able to see, not being able to walk outside alone, blah blah blah. But there are such little tiny things that you can't do without eyesight, and there are other ways of getting past this, but it's not the same. And this book just really delves deep into that part of blindness, and it's so nice because it's not just about romance like it is in a lot of other contemporary novels, but it deals with the actual lack of eyesight and Will's character because of that, and I just think that's a really great part of this novel. Will goes through a lot of additional difficulties after having the surgery done, and I just thought that this was also a very great part of the novel because it was very raw and emotional, kind of. Not really through the writing, but just through the reader thinking about everything that's happening while it was happening in the book. And I really have to applaud the author for going into such detail on the research. He didn't just make things up. Everything was not perfect after the surgery or even before the surgery. And I like how much research has gone into this because it really made me think about things that I haven't thought about before. The writing in this book is actually a bit simpler than I was used to, but when I started reading, I actually thought it fit in really well with Will's character and personality. This read wasn't complex or anything, but I really enjoyed it. It was really cute and straight to the point. I do usually prefer more details and whatnot, but with this, like I said before, the writing worked well with the character and the story as well. The book was very short. Very, very short. I'm not kidding. Look how tiny this is. However, one thing I noticed while reading is that the pacing in this book was excellent. For example, when Will was going through his surgery, I thought that it would drag on and go through all the emotions that nobody really cares about. I'm sorry, but we want to see the end product. And the author just like zoomed past that. That was like one page, and then after that, like, we're right into things, and I just loved it because I have zero patience. The entire book is honestly like that. It just keeps going. You have to keep up with it, and there's no time for like too many thoughts or anything, which is nice because you just get down and dirty with the story. I rated this book 3 stars. It was a short, adorable read that got the plot across, but ultimately it didn't blow me away. Even so, while the author really could have dramatized this book and made it something bigger, I'm not sure I would have liked that much because the simplicity of this book is kind of part of it, and I can't imagine this book without the very shortness and the tininess and the simplicity. It's just, it makes it what it is, and I enjoyed it for what it was. It worked for me. It isn't the most amazing contemporary romance that I've read, or even contemporary that I've read, but it was really nice, different type of read that you should go into if you're getting bored of the everyday contemporary romance genre. Please don't be afraid to give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and don't forget to subscribe to The Lone Reader for more fun bookish videos. Thanks for watching, guys, as always. Bye!